Hey guys, today I'm going to be using Python to draw patterns and I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Okay, so here's what we have to do. So we have a basic pattern and then we have a desired pattern. And so we have to use the basic pattern to get the desired pattern. As you can see in the desired pattern, we used a basic pattern and then we repeated it 4 by 4 times and we switch the colors each time. And so this is what we have to do using the basic pattern this time around. Okay, and so the first step to doing this is to import turtle. And so importing turtle is because the turtle module allows us to do diagrams and pictures. It's pretty cool. And so we import turtle and then we assign the variable name Alex to turtle.turtle. And so whenever we say Alex, whenever we call Alex, it means we're calling the turtle. And we assign WN to turtle screen. So this allows us to get the turtle screen. And Alex.speed gives us how fast or how slow we want Alex to move. And then turtle.title, I called it Alex draws a pattern, but it doesn't have to be that name. This gives us turtle.title, that's the name. So you could use any name for turtle.title. You could use test, you could use any name. And then you could use any title, but it just has to be turtle.title. And then turtle.tracer. So I sometimes alternate between the speed and the tracer because tracer is way more faster than speed. And so when you're doing a lot of code, when you use this one, it makes it super fast. Okay, and so after doing that, this is what we get. We get this. This is the turtle screen. This is Alex, the turtle pointing that way. Yeah. And so this is the second step. So as we noticed from the last one, the turtle is initially in the middle of the screen. But since we have a lot of things that we want to fit onto a small screen, so we have to move the turtle to the right hand corner so we can get everything to fit in. And so to do this, we first say alex.penup. And so using the penup, it allows us to move the turtle without leaving any marks, so we don't see how it's moving and so it doesn't mess up anything. And then we moved it back by 250 and then we turned it left 90 degrees and then we moved it forward 250 and then we turned it right 90 degrees and then we put the pen down. Putting the pen down, again, it allows us to be able to draw and leave marks on the paper. And so doing that repositions the turtle from the center of the screen to the right hand corner, to the left hand corner, sorry. Okay, and so this is the next step. The next step is to draw a square. And the first thing we do, we define the square. And so we're defining the square because it's a function. Whenever you want to use a function, the first thing you do is you define the square. And then I use the triple quote docstring, which gives us more information about what the function is supposed to do. And so after defining the square, these are the parameters that I'm going to be using for the square. T is the turtle, SZ is the size, this is the color of the pen, and this is the color that I want it to be filled in with. And so t.color, and so this is telling us that we want the color that we want the turtle to use. So color for the pen color and then the other color for the fill-in color. And so we want it to be filled a certain color. And so we say t.begin fill. This allows us to fill the shape with whatever color we want. And then we say for I in range 4. We're using range 4 because we're trying to draw a square. And so we move it forward and then we go right 90 degrees and we repeat this 4 times. And we're using 90 degrees because it's a square. All the angles are 90 degrees. You could also use T dot left, doesn't have to be right. And so end fill allows us to stop filling the total in. And so after doing that, we get a small square in the extreme left-hand corner. And so this is the next step. The fourth step, is to draw a line for a grid of squares. And so we're using another function. First thing, define the function. Lines for grids, that's the name. And then the parameters this time are different. We're using total, width, number of times that we want it to draw, and the color. And we also use the triple quote docstring again to give more information about it. And then we say T dot color, color being the pen size, and then range n, because we wanted to draw lines repeatedly n number of times. And so we use this to position it each time. After drawing the line the first time, we use it to move back and then move forward and then draw it again. And then we want it to repeat this process n times. The fifth step, and so this is it. When we're done, we come back to this position. And so the fifth step. And so now I've put everything together into one function to draw the basic pattern. And so I called it one repeat pattern because you're doing it once. And then these are the parameters: total, width, or size, because square, in a square the width and the size are the same. Width, length, they're all the same. And then n is the number of times we want it to happen. Color 1 being the pen color, and 2 other colors. A triple quote docstring giving more information. And then we are using some of the previous functions as helper functions. We're using the square as a helper function, and the lines for grid. We're using all of these as helper functions. And so we put the pen up, and so like as you notice, we put the pen up after drawing the square because like we want to reposition the turtle so we can get it to be in the right position before drawing the next shape. And that's what we did here as well. We positioned the turtle after drawing the repeat strips. And then lines for grid, we will position the turtle again. And then we did the lines for grid. And so after doing all that, we get this, which is the basic function. Okay. And so this is the sixth step. And with that, we're drawing a star-like shape. And I just said define star. And these are the parameters: total, the width or size, but we're using a different name each this time. Length of star, how long we want it to be, and then pen color and fill-in color. Triple quote docstring giving it more information. And so we say T dot color and then begin fill, range 4 because we want it to repeat this 4 times, and then end fill. And so after doing all of that, we get this. And like we should always know what the end of the turtle. So like after you finish drawing a diagram, always know where the turtle is so you can plan your next step. And so now the seventh step, we're using the star-like function from before later on, but now we're gonna use, so this is called outer half strip. And so these are the parameters this time, and then we're using, this is a triple quote docstring again, giving it more information. And so we used length of star from the previous function to change. We changed it, we reassigned it, and then color, we want it to fill in, and then we want it to stop filling in, and then we reposition the turtle, and then for iron range 4 we draw the square, and then we reposition the turtle again, and then we begin filling, and then for iron range 2 we draw this, and that gives us the little strip like thing at the side, and then we use this to reposition the turtle, and then draw a star, and then we reposition the turtle again. Wow. So like we keep repositioning the turtle because we want the turtle to be at a certain place before continuing to draw. And so now this next function, all it's for, it's simply to change the color of the strip. Outline of strip, we just want it to change the color. And that's what it is. That's all it's doing. And so this is the ninth step. With this step, we're just repeating it. So like we have those little strips, and now we're repeating the strips 3 times. These are the parameters. This is the triple quote doc string. So we use the outline of string, we reposition it, and then we use the outline of strip again and reposition it again. So like that's just like one of the biggest challenges when you're drawing the patterns. It's just about repositioning the turtle each time. Because drawing the basic shapes aren't that hard, but repositioning the turtle and then getting it to draw that shape and then repositioning it again, that's like something that you have to remember constantly. And so we draw the shape 3 times. And so now we have the basic shape down, and we're using it to make a line of patterns. And so these are the parameters, triple quote doc string, and so we're doing it range 1 comma 5. So we're using a 5 even though we only wanted to do it 4 times. We're using a 5 because that's how the range function works, the range module works. Like when you're using the range, you always have to go 1 above what you want, and since we want 4, we go to 5. And so we're using a conditional at this point. So if it's an odd number, you repeat the pattern with the color like this. Otherwise, repeat the pattern with the color switched. And then we reposition the turtle again. And then after all of that, and so we reposition the turtle again. And then this time, because we want it to repeat 4 by 4, we use the range again. We're using the line of patterns from before, and we use the conditionals. If it's odd, do this, otherwise do that. And then the last step, we call the function, and then we use the main loop to know, so that the turtle will know that that's the end. That's the end of the function. That's the end of the whole thing. And then after that, this is what we get. So I'm going to run this function. So, okay. So when I run it, oh, not with, of course, the patterns, because I changed this. Oh no. Okay. Now let's run it again. And this is it. So yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Have a good evening, have a good night, have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye.